90.2. Over on iNTACT Esports, though, I mean, Blitz Reborn's pretty much been playing with the same squad all season, and iNTACT was playing with the same squad for about, I don't know, 30 matches in ESEA, and all of a sudden they decide, you know what, dropping Nox, dropping Optimus too. I think Nox was really coming into his own. He's always been a really good support player for iNTACT. I was questioning that drop. You know, I said, okay, maybe they'll find another player and it'll work out. But when Optimus is dropped, that caught me off guard. I think it caught a lot of people off guard. And we're going to see how that plays out. Optimus was having a great season for himself. 175 frags, 1.48 KDR, ADR of 88.2. He was doing his job at every turn. But iNTACT wants to try something new. We'll see how it plays out, though. I mean, well, I'm not one to judge. But on paper, it's a bit odd. Here we go. Blitz, Retro, going to walk into CT spawn, find Willmeister. 5v4. Looks like iNTACT not able to hold this B site so far. Shake's going to go down. Now No Face gets Spongy. No Face just rocking along here in this first round of action. Turismo and Swan, the last two standing. Leaf is waiting for the rotates from CT spawn. Loner sticks that bomb plant. Firing over the smoke. Loner. Fire away. There's Leaf, close range, does find Swan, gets traded out by Turismo. Now Turismo finds a second, looking for more here, but cannot find it. Retro going to get that final frag, and that will be that 1-0 in favor of Blitz Reborn. Now Retro, it's funny because I think it was 2 seasons ago, Impact Gaming had Saper, Optimus, Gizzy, Retro, and Jazzo. And of those 5 players, the only one who's active anymore is Retro. And he's in this match right now, so the last one left. We'll see what happens to him as the season goes on. But Blitz Reborn's playing so well, I doubt anything's going to happen on that. And Whippy going to fire away there towards mid. You see the T's buying up an AK, a Galil, MP5S, and 2 MAC-10s. iNTACT is on a 2-game losing streak. I would even go so far as to say 4-game losing streak because they had 2 best-of-3s where they lost both maps in the WESG closed playoffs. But that was without Shake. Anyway, No Face going to walk out there from mid, finds Turismo. Loner going to charge up Arch side. Lots of MDL experience on Blitz Reborn's side. 4 players having played an MDL before. As Loner going to get that frag. Over on Swan, Leaf finds Spongy as well. That leaves only Shake and Willmeister. Willmeister and Spongy are the newest additions to iNTACT. You guys may be familiar with Spongy, since he did play 4 seasons in MDL for Vision Gaming. Just dropped from the squad this season after 10 games played. You see Shake, the last one standing inside of construction now. That's going to be that. Retro does find the final one, and all 5 members of Blitz getting in on the action there. Team Ace coming in from them. 2-0 in their favor. And Loner has 3 seasons played in MDL. No Face has 8 MDL matches. And Retro has 3 main seasons and 1 MDL season. That was season 25. I think I missed one of the MDL players. No. Okay, so it's actually 3. My mistake, guys. 3 players from Blitz Reborn having MDL experience, but still. Every bit counts. iNTACT going to be on a full save now as they tried to force up in that previous round. Had they saved in the previous round. Could have had M-Force here, but decided against it. Nice nade thrown there. 160 damage done. 162 damage done by that nade. I made my maths off, but in any case, a lot of damage done by the HE grenade thrown towards Arch side. Retro, Whippy, and Loner now creeping up towards B. iNTACT stacking that A site. No one's at B, and Blitz Reborn still taking their time going in there. Smoke grenade going to throw towards CT. And now here they go. Free bomb plant. No one really to contest, and iNTACT, no reason for them not to go for this one. They're going to charge on forward and head up towards Banana. In the chat, Nico adding, why did you guys asking why did you guys drop Optimus? I think it was just a difference of maybe mindsets amongst iNTACT. I don't think it had anything to do with performance, but I personally, having casted iNTACT over the past 2 seasons and in a lot of their qualifiers, is Retro's going to find Swan. Whippy gets a double there on Shake and Turismo, and you know, pretty much going as expected with iNTACT having bought up nothing in the round. Willmeister does find one. Does have 1 season of MDL under his belt. So he gets Whippy. Loner charging around and can't find Spongy. So Spongy gets another frag. Good damage onto the economy here by iNTACT. Leaf does finally get that frag. Now it's going to force Blitz Reborn to buy up 3 rifles here. But yeah, sorry. Optimus, yeah, like I said, dropped, just difference of opinions and approaches, I suppose. It's just, it was surprising. I think a lot of people were caught off guard last night, including myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm very transparent. I didn't expect it to happen, and I really liked the iNTACT squad that was playing. They fell into some hard times, a couple of losses in a row, but they're only their first 2 losses in ESEA League play. And I really hope that wasn't the reason why all of this happened, because you're going to lose matches. It's going to happen. No reason to get down about it. In any case, Swan's going to find the opening frag here on No Face. Good start for iNTACT. 4th round of play. This is the first match of 2 tonight. iNTACT going to be playing again at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Will has 2 seasons, sort of, Mochilla. Okay. I didn't really get a chance to look it up, to be quite honest with you, since the changes were coming in fast and furious for iNTACT. Spongy going to get the headshot there. Whippy trades one back on Swan, and now it's a 3v4. All 3 members of Blitz trying to charge into this A site, but Turismo and Spongy get 2. Then Shake wraps it up with the frag on Retro, and iNTACT are on the board early on here. First round victory for them, 3-1 in favor of Blitz Reborn. So going into this 5th round, Turismo is still the leader in terms of stats in this ESEA season. 178 frags, 1.52 KDR, and an ADR of 99.3. Almost 100 ADR, which means he's almost getting a frag per round, which is actually really impressive. Double up setup coming in from iNTACT here. Swan and Willmeister rocking that. Usually it would be Optimus here playing the op on the B site, who was the B anchor, but Willmeister taking his role. 66 HP now as that nade gets him down there. Turismo, Swan, and Shake, all 3 of them watching mid here. So no one watching apps. At least, I don't think so. No, they do have a pit player as well. Wow. 4 members of iNTACT on the 8 side. Turismo eats a nade down to 62 HP. Smoke's going to pop off here for Blitz Reborn. They're going to try and get their XU going to the A side. Good boost here for Swan to look over that smoke. And to switch back to him there because he could find one on Leaf. Leaf going out here. And Swan over the smoke does spot out Leaf and finds the opening frag again in the round. iNTACT looking to defend this A site. They have all their members there, so unfortunate for Blitz, they're going to walk into a slaughter. Turismo gets loner. Shake finds one. Then Turismo and Swan wrap it up here, and they get a 2nd consecutive round victory. 3-2 in favor of Blitz Reborn. Some good early frags for Blitz, but now iNTACT getting their game going. And starting with Swan, who hasn't been as strong as you would expect him to be over his last few matches. Kind of not able to really get things going with that AWP, but you see him early on here rolling along. Good little run boost there, and he finds the frag. There's the Swan we know and love getting the headshot over on No Face. 5v4 in favor of iNTACT. Loner, Leaf, Whippy, and Retro still up and running, and then Spongy sprays on through the smoke and finds Loner. Retro trying to do some damage. Of course, just the pistol buy up here for Blitz Reborn, but iNTACT making no mistake on these frags. Swan going to find his 2nd on the round over on Leaf. Not to be confused with Leif, another player in ESEA Advanced. Shake going to be pushing aggressively down towards Banana here as he's going to try and go on the flank. Could find one here on Whippy, and he does. That leaves only Retro standing in the apartments, all by his lonesome, only a Deagle by his side. Retro gonna get flanked by Turismo, and that is going to be that. He goes down, and Blitz Reborn all tied up here with iNTACT. 3-3 now, heading into round number 7. Now, Blitz Reborn over the last 4 matches, 3 wins and 1 loss. Or, excuse me. Yeah, 3 wins and 1 loss. The loss coming to the fundamentals on Mirage. That was 16-13. But the other 2 wins, 3 wins I should say, Unity, Livid, and as mentioned, Final Feature Gaming. Here come iNTACT, a little aggressively. They're going to pay for it early on, but Willmeister and Spongy with their wits about them get 2-1 with an HE grenade from Willmeister. 4v3, nothing bought up for iNTACT in terms of rifles, just carrying over what they had in the previous round, so that's building up a decent amount of economy. Spongy going to get the headshot over on Retro. 4v2 now. Turismo. Oh, man, Loner's done. Unless Turismo's lagged out or something. I don't know why he hasn't shot. Turismo, I think he got lagged out. That's extremely odd. So Turismo is now out of the server, and that could cost him the round. Loner going to find Willmeister now at 2v2. What a strange turn of events. Had Turismo not been lagged out, that would have been the easiest frag ever. And Spongy now waiting inside a pit. He has a 2k on the round. That's just a real shame. Never want to see a round decided by a disconnect. There's now Loner exploring the A site. Look at that. Spongy rotating around to B, trying to figure out where Blitz are, and they hear that molly go off, know what's happening at this point, and Spongy going to rotate back towards the A site. Loner going to stick that bomb plant, and Whippy's going to guard him. Both of them sticking to that A site. Deco in the chat. Optimus DDoS. No. I know Optimus isn't happy about the turn of events, and certainly he has no reason to be. Wasn't the best of situations, but I don't think he'd go to that level. I don't think anyone would. Anyways, Shake gonna get the frag over on Loner. Good retake here, coming in from iNTACT, but Whippy still standing, looking for the final frag on Spongy, but will not find it. Spongy hanging out in pit almost the entire round. Does get that final frag, and his third on the round, and gets the defusal as well. 3-3, 4-3 actually, now in favor of iNTACT, taking their first lead of the match. Chilla saying, I would. Only reason is because I'm majoring in computer science. Wow. You guys are crueler than I am, I guess. AWP, 3 M4A4s and an AK for iNTACT over on Blitz Reborn. Going with the 5 AK Bob. Casted a lot of Inferno lately, and I'm seeing the trend move more towards all AKs bought up for the T side and no AWPs, really favoring that mobility on a map where rotations can take quite some time. They don't want to have an op posted up anymore. Blitz, no face, gonna go down here to Shakezilla early on the round. 5v4. He gonna spray through that smoke and finds Willmeister not only through the smoke but through a wall at the back of Banana. Good job there. And Whippy, the frag leader on the season, coming into this one, 195 frags and 17 rounds with 3 kills or more. Whippy now down to 2 HP, but he has done the work to make this a 4v4. Retro. Throw that flashbang, and Shake gets the easy double, turns the corner, finds Retro and Whippy. Loner and Leaf now the last two standing. Shake gets a triple and a quad. Shakezilla tearing it up here on the B site. That's going to be that. 4 for him. iNTACT take a 5th round, and they are up now 5-3. Question in the chat, what happened to the iNTACT roster? Noxio was cut a little while ago, and Optimus was also cut yesterday from the squad. For differing reasons, I believe. But they recently picked up Willmeister and Spongy. I believe both of them are on tryouts, so their performances here will be very telling. And Shakezilla's impact is being felt early on here. He was not in the WESG closed, open playoffs? Anyway, he wasn't in the US playoffs. And they did not win a single match there. Gonna get a third here on Nova. Actually, just his first round. Wow, I'm like a round behind here. Loner, Retro, and Whippy gonna respond with some nice pistol round frags. Willmeister's trying to strike back and does with the 3K. So there you have it. Willmeister coming out big here in the round. Guys, I'm feeling a little under the weather, so if I ever get crossed up, I do apologize. I'm powering through this one. 10 and 5 for Shake. Already hitting double-digit frag territory. 6-3 lead in favor of iNTACT. iNTACT stacked up here towards Banana. They lose one. Loner gets a second. Willmeister responds with one of his own, but that's only one trade coming in for iNTACT. Lots of Blitz Reborn members have been lit up here, but Whippy holding the flank, gets Turismo trying to rotate around. Swan and Spongy are the last two standing here. Swan with 9 HP. A well-placed grenade could do him in, and Whippy is the one who could deliver that blow. No Face going to try and plant the bomb here. Swan's trying to ball bang him, I believe, as Spongy looking to creep through the smoke, using whatever utility he has left. He does have a flashbang still, so he's going to throw that molly first. Would be surprised if the flash doesn't come out soon. Swan just trying to get one through the smoke there. Retro priming the molly to prevent another push here from coming in, and that smoke, Spongy's going to want that one back tonight, because now he has to wait for the molly to move, or to dissipate, and it's not going to. Another molly being thrown in there. Good utility management by Blitz Reborn. As Whippy comes around the corner, could find Spongy, but only gets him down to 26 HP. Now they're going to have to try to retreat out of the site. Swan was waiting for that one. He gets his second on the round. But there's Whippy for Spongy from saving that gun. And iNTACT do indeed fall in this round. 4th round victory for Blitz Reborn, and Whippy's looking for some action. Doesn't find it, though. Oh, and the chat goes wild. What is even happening? Ay, ay, ay. 11th round of play. Blitz Reborn running the 5 AK setup. HE grenade going to be thrown there into window room. And a smoke thrown truck side by Blitz Reborn. A couple of members of iNTACT there. And they've been playing 4 members on the A site quite frequently. They like to try and close down these angles early on. Retro's going to take the head right off of Swan. 5v4. Spongy playing in pit, does find one as Lee's trying to jump down. Whippy goes down as well, and Shake gets a third for his squad with the frag on Loner. That leaves only Retro standing as Turismo finds No Face. Retro, in a 1v3 now, has already managed to make his way to the A site. The bomb is down inside of pit, so he can go and retrieve it and try to get this plant down. Or actually, he was on balcony there. Throw a molly. They heard the molly be thrown and the direction it came from, so his position given away with that. Gonna try and stick this plant. Does get the $800, and that's all he's going to get, as Shake finds the second in the round. 2 for Shake, 2 for Spongy. And iNTACT going to bounce back and get the round victory here, resetting the economy of Blitz Reborn. If I was mod, I'd ban Taco Mike, says Mochella. Ooh, shots fired. 12th round of play. Blitz Reborn checking out their economy. Looking like they're going to be on a bit of a save here. You do see Whippy buying up the AK. Got a decent chunk of change. I guess figures he's still going to be above that 2K mark. They might be on a double save anyway. Only one op up and running here now for iNTACT. That's for Swan. Turismo going to find the opening frag in the round on Loner. And those pistols not able to do much just yet. Whippy flies around the corner and cannot fire a shot because he did not see Turismo over the molly. Sometimes those mollies can be one-ways, and Turismo just flicks back and forth, finds 3 on the round. Willmeister gets Retro, and that's going to be that. iNTACT already securing the first half here with an 8th round victory, 8-4 in their favor. Shakezilla, the IGL for iNTACT Esports, but also contributes in more ways than just his leadership in game. With some pretty solid stats. 155 frags on the season, a 1.49 KDR, and an ADR of 88.3. He's rolling along here as the top frag, 12 and 6. Turismo. Waiting truck side for anyone to engage them. Again, iNTACT 4 members on this A site. A lot of confidence in Shake, who's anchoring B. Pretty aggressively pushed up here on the half wall. You see he's very exposed. If anyone comes around the corner, throws a well-placed flashbang, he's going to be done and dusted. Hoping to catch them off guard, but usually that play only works for one frag, especially with only 20 rounds in the M4A1S. Well, we'll see how it plays out. No bomb sighted yet, and no commitment by Blitz Reborn towards either site. Turismo, waiting at patio, sees that smoke blooming in front of him. Just slowly but surely creeping with a boy to Boiler, and a Retro's going to find that frag. Good crosshair placement, waiting for Turismo to do exactly that. 5v4. Now No Face going to try and engage with Shake. He's alone on the B site, and the bomb's still down as Blitz Reborn is exploring their options. Swan going to get the response on Retro now. 4v4 as Blitz Reborn is going to get it on into this B site. Shake has taken one down, but he took a lot of damage to the engagement. He's looking for more, pulls out the nade at the wrong time, and Loner finds him. Loner, with his first in the round, makes it a 3v3. Swan still standing, but he takes a lot of damage, down to 24. Now Willmeister getting sprayed down as well. Swan goes down to Leaf. 3v2. Willmeister peeking around the corner. He falls. Whippy getting the AK headshot, leaving only Spongy standing. Spongy going to get mollied off here. He's going to try and sneak into construction. He does, but Loner sees him, so now it's position known. They're just going to close the angles and wait for him to pop out. One watching each exit. Out of construction. Flashbang thrown, though. He does manage to get out and flicks towards Whippy. Spongy looking to do the damage, but Loner stops him dead in his tracks. Blitz Reborn picking up a 5th round victory, and they have 2 rounds left to get back into this first half of action and prevent iNTACT from getting into double-digit round victory territory. There's the AWP for the first time on Blitz Reborn. They want to challenge Swan a little bit, is my guess, and Loner's going to be rocking that. Swan has pretty much owned mid in this first half with that AWP. And Loner does see him jump around. I don't think that was actually Swan, that was Turismo. Swan is playing at Banana now. He's down at 53 HP. And they're just tossing all the utility in his direction. He does not hit that shot. That was a very hittable shot. Whippy wins the day, makes it a 5v4 in the first 25 seconds. Loner and Whippy now working their way up towards Banana. Nade thrown in a flashbang, pop flash for the B site from Blitz Reborn. Willmeister priming his nade and throwing that over. Should do some damage. Indeed it does. Whippy down to 71. But Blitz Reborn, with that man advantage, are trying to work the clock here. Willmeister with the op in hand, picked up from Swan. He's just going to hold this angle at B. If Blitz are wise here, they're going to push 2 at the same time. Not lined up, of course, so they can get the trade with the opper. Still waiting, biding their time. No commitment yet, but here come the smokes towards the B side. Great flashbang thrown. My goodness. Willmeister, no chance whatsoever. Whippy takes him down. Spongy does trade out Retro, but now Blitz are going to have the B side all to themselves, but they're not going to take it. They go to A instead and then walk right into a slaughter. Turismo and Spongy find them. Loner going to get one on Turismo. Now a 2v2. Blitz Reborn had the round. They just had to bring the bomb to the B site. No reason to commit over to A. Whippy got all the info and the frags. And now he's going to step into a molly. 47 HP. Loner with 62, and time's going to run out. They're not going to be able to plant this bomb. They waited for the execute to happen. And maybe a little bit of confusion coming in on Blitz's side. Or perhaps they thought iNTACT were rotating around to the B site more aggressively. In any case, iNTACT do manage to pull off that round victory. Against the flow of the round, in my opinion. iNTACT 9, Blitz Reborn 5. Very strange turn of events there, guys. But we're in the 15th and final round of play here in this first half of action. iNTACT going to get 10 rounds on their CT side of Inferno. Blitz Reborn just forcing up whatever they can get. Loner with the AWP, Whippy with the AK, Tech 9, P250, and Deagle round out the bye here. Spongy playing inside a pit. And you have Turismo, Truck side, and Swan Arch side. They do have 2 members now, do iNTACT, playing on B. That's Shake and Will. And Shake's going to find the opening frag over on Loner. Getting ready to throw a smoke grenade to block off the advance, potentially by Blitz Reborn. No face peeking around, and Shake gets dinked down to 23, but managed to survive. Shake now down to 16 from that HE grenade. 5v4. Blitz. Not a situation where you want to push this smoke, and Whippy just revealed himself to Shake. Unless Shake wasn't able to see that out of his peripheral. In any case, Turismo going to go down to Leaf. 4v4. Good pistol headshot from Leaf on Turismo. 109 ADR for Shake so far. in this first half of action. 14-7 scoreline. He's doing pretty well for himself. Swan going to fly in towards that ace side. Blitz is trying to execute there. Swan does get the frag on Leaf, then finds Retro, looking for more, but he's going to get closed in on by No Face. It's not going to be enough from Blitz, though. Spongy gets the double, and that wraps things up in the first half. 10-5 in favor of iNTACT. So far, so good with the new additions, Willmeister and Spongy. Blitz Reborn do have an opportunity to respond on their CT side, and we'll see how they perform. Guys, I do hope you're enjoying the cast so far. I am JRT, and if you are, I'd really appreciate you hitting me up with a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. That is in the top left-hand corner of your screen. And of course, if you feel so inclined, also give me a follow on Twitch. That's without the 2 E's at the end, just JRTTV. So here we go. Second half is getting underway here, guys. Let's check out that scoreboard. Spongy in the lead for iNTACT, 15-8. Shake in second, 14-7, and Swan in third at 10-9. Over on Blitz Reborn, Whippy, who's been the frag leader for quite a few matches over the last 3, 4, 13-11. Everyone else below the 500 mark, so we'll see if Blitz can respond here. And so far, not a good start. Turismo's going to walk up Banana and get Lona. Spongy did take a lot of damage in the engagement, so we'll see if Blitz Reborn can get a couple of trades. Nothing doing just yet, but No Face through the smoke does find the head of Turismo. Willmeister responds on a Retro, looking for Whippy as well, and gets him down to about 68. Bomb plant going to go down at default as Willmeister flicking back and forth, just trying to connect through the smoke, and does. No Face going to go down. Swan gets Leaf, and now it's all down to Whippy. Blitz Reborn Whippy. And he just goes down to Swan. I didn't even see where Swan was. What a shot. 11-5 in favor of iNTACT. So pistol round does not go Blitz Reborn's way, but the pistol rounds aren't as important economy-wise as they used to be, since Blitz Reborn already has 1,900 coming into their accounts this round, and will have 2,400 in the following one, which is why you see this likely full save or very light pistol buy going to be coming in. You saw No Face had enough for the P250 and still was able to stay above the 2K mark, and that's why he purchased that. So a little bit more firepower to try and at least get 1, maybe 2 frags. Match going to be paused here, likely by Blitz Reborn, just to talk things over and make sure things don't get out of hand here early on in the second half. Let's check out that chat. Mochilla saying, I was cut like Optimus. That's my resume to apply. Hey guys, looking for 5th in advance, Scotty-O. Really? What is going on in advance right now? I really want to know. Like, so many players are either getting cut or leaving squads. It's just mayhem right now. I think Curry's on his 5th team right now. I mean, I think he joined, who did he join? Saper's old team, Reload Focus. Went from Rectify to Reload Focus. I think he had 2 other teams. Anyway. Yeah. Sometimes people don't work out at JRTTV, says Temperature Go. Yeah. It happens. Sorry, Kurt. Oh, man. It's okay. It's all right. It happens. Who's getting roasted? I didn't say anything about Zach, did I? Anyway. Match still paused here. Yeah, no, I mean, I know players don't work out sometimes. It's just, there have been a lot of times that I've seen as a caster, and I don't know what goes on behind the scenes all the time. I do my best to find out, and I do my research as much as I can, but sometimes I just don't know. And I see players who are just contributing well. I see a team that's really doing well overall, aside from a few hiccups. But once those few hiccups hit, the team just collapses in on itself. And, you kind of hope there's more mental fortitude amongst some of these teams so that they can say, you know what, we lost a few. Let's get it back together. We already have the chemistry going amongst this squad, and let's push forward. But, often it doesn't happen. I think for iNTACT, very surprising. They did get a couple of good pickups. Spongy is pretty strong from MDL, 4 seasons, like I said, and Willmeister's no slouch either. But still, you kind of sacrifice all the chemistry and experience that you built up with Nox and Optimus for that to happen. Sometimes it works out. We'll see if that's the case this time. So far, so good for them here in this match. I have not seen someone say ASL for probably about 10 years, Mochilla. Like, maybe more. I'm not sure why we have the match pause being called here. I thought it was just for Blitz to talk things over, but now it's taken quite some time. Oh, there we go. Freeze time has been canceled. I was just checking to see if anyone was talking about anything in the server, but there we go. Will and Shake have played together with each other so much. Yeah, no, I know, BDJ. I'm just saying it's a shame for them to lose players who have been with them for the past 2 seasons and in many qualifiers and lands as well in Nox and Optimus. And they were doing well up to this point. Just, like I said, a bit of a hiccup in the road, and it caused them to really switch things up very aggressively. Whippy going to be waiting here on the B side. Full save for Blitz Reborn, aside from that P250 I mentioned, bought up by No Face. And Whippy just waiting for Doom to come upon him pretty much here as the utility is flying in. No Face coming in on the flank, though. He's going to get Willmeister, and Blitz are pinching in now. iNTACT's going to have to make their move. They do go in. Whippy falls, 2 shakes, Mac 10. We're looking for more. Loner gets Spongy, so good damage at least done to the buy-up here of iNTACT. Shake and Swan wrap it up, though, with 3 frags, and iNTACT come out with a 12-5 lead. And Taco Mike saying Shake has quite a bit of experience with all of these players. And I think that's a good point brought up by Taco Mike. Because when the IGL knows about every single player they're with, that's probably one of the more important things. So they know how to use them in critical situations. Willmeister walking in towards mid here. Finds the opening frag on No Face. Loner trades it back, but he's really exposed, playing aggressively up towards mid. And he's going to get that frag. Leaf. Now in a 4v3, a good nade thrown by Turismo. Leaf does find him, but Turismo from the grave connects on that AHE grenade. 3v2, Whippy and Retro still standing. Whippy inside of Library, and Retro is trying to come at Arch. Economy-wise, it's not pretty for Blitz Reborn. They're just going to try and save these guns now as Retro's managed to pick up the AWP, and that's what triggered the save to come in. So iNTACT going to win a 13th round here. Blitz Reborn unable to get anything done on round number 3 with the buy-up. iNTACT looking to win out here and end this one quickly against Blitz Reborn, a team that's, like I said, been very solid aside from that loss to Fundamentals, which was their only loss of the season. iNTACT sitting at 7-2. They lost 2 in a row. The 2 losses coming to Mast Esports. That was an excellent match, by the way. 16-14 was the final score in favor of Mast. Who are a solid team in and of themselves. Then, of course, Furia, well, you guys know how that goes. 16-7 in favor of Furia. They just beat Final Feature as well, 16-6. They're 10-0 in advanced, and I don't know who's going to be able to beat them. Retro throwing that molly in towards Banana, and Whippy burns Spongy alive. Spongy walking right into that one. Swan trades it back, but perhaps an excellent molly thrown by Whippy, or just Spongy not paying attention to where he was walking. Turismo with Willmeister and Shake going towards Arch side. No Face backing off and takes cover, likely headed towards Library to try and get a better angle on the iNTACT members that are coming in here. Instead, no, he waits at Arch and he's going to push through this smoke. Could be the right play. No Face going to come in here. Leaf gets the frag on Willmeister, and now No Face is going to come in and try to do more damage. Leaf gets a double. Turismo finally trades it out, but they're in a 3v2 and they haven't planted the bomb yet on the A site. They're likely going to try and stick it here, but no. They don't have time, and they have too many places to watch. They're going to try and use some utility to buy that time to get that bomb planted. But what's really happening here is Retro's getting a chance to rotate closer around. Whippy does go down to Turismo, who looked around that smoke and found one, but as mentioned, Retro was pushing around truck side and gets the trade. Swan, now the last one standing, pinching on both angles here. No Face just has to peek around to get the frag, and he missed the shot! Missed the critical shot, and Swan takes advantage of it. Retro goes down. No Face is still standing with 47 HP, and he's going to have to decide if he goes with this op or trades it for an M4, maybe that MP5 on the ground. Flicks the corner. No! Swan gonna get the 3K. And No Face probably hitting himself there. Was hoping to get that shot. If he had connected on it, the round was over. But instead, iNTACT win their 5th consecutive round victory here. 14-5 and another match pause being called here. No Face not having his best match of the season here. So at 7-17. $128 frags so far. He is below a KDR of 1 on the season, but not by much. He's hovering around the 1.0 mark for KDR and has 5 3-kill or more rounds. Sukechi says, easy for Blitz. All right. Are we watching the same match? 14-5 for iNTACT. They're going to need to go on a hell of a run here, Sukechi. Blitz Reborn forcing up in the round. AUG coming into play. M4A1S, M4A4, FAMAS, and Retro. How much money does he have? Yeah, likely going to buy a FAMAS and some utility. Or MP9 and some utility. So MP9 coming up for Retro. And now Blitz Reborn with their pretty much backs against the wall. They're deciding to go for a force up. Loner, No Face, and Leaf playing on the A site. Over on B, you have Whippy and Retro. Turismo throwing that flash in towards Boiler. And now iNTACT going to group up here in the apartments. Loner looking towards Boiler, where Willmeister may be headed towards shortly. No Face guarding A site from truck side. So you see 3 iNTACT members trying to work up Banana and get some space to work with. Retro and Whippy are stacked up here. Whippy boosted up on the very common flower pot boost spot. Turismo and Swan patiently waiting here iNTACT, biding their time, still have a lot of utility to use. 3 smokes to throw here on what will be a B execute unless things change dramatically in the next 10 seconds. Turismo will be leading the charge here as the flashbangs will pop off. And really, Blitz don't have much to respond with other than flashbangs here. Retro having 2 of them. Here comes the smokes and the flashes, and that flashbang, I'm not sure it connected there. Whippy's going to find one, falls off the flower pots, but does get traded up by Spongy. They still have Retro to deal with, but only an MP9. He's going to have to close the gap and get a close range angle here. Loner is going to join him, along with Leaf. Retro's going to drop the MP9 for the M4 that was from the hands of Whippy. Swan does take a bit of damage here, but iNTACT have indeed planted the bomb. Close spawn situation. No Face going to peek around from Banana and does find that frag on Spongy. iNTACT with 3 still standing. 1 new box, 1 dark corner, and Shake boosted on the top of those boxes. Excellent setup here, and it pays off in spades. Will going to cap things off with the 2K. Well played by iNTACT. 15-5 now in their favor. Blitz Reborn have to win 10 rounds in a row in order to at least push this one to OT, but that was a really solid hold. Yeah, Shake boosted on top of the boxes, 1 at new box and 1 at dark corner, ready to peek out perhaps if Shake went down. Willmeister going to go to underpass now, and iNTACT trying to end this right here, right now. Another force buy coming in from Blitz Reborn, this time with 3 SMGs, a Scout, and a Nova in Retro's hand, who's going to try and play those close angles over at Banana. Now going to back off, because they don't see anyone from iNTACT coming around. We'll see if one of them decides to rotate over to this A side. iNTACT not committing yet. You see them still trying to work around mid. Maybe make a little bit of noise and go back to that B site. The bomb has not committed to either site yet, with Shake just holding over at alt mid, looking up towards window. You have the Lurk and Spongy headed towards that B site, and now Willmeister sees a bit of utility flying in front of his face. Now iNTACT perhaps making their commitment, sending 3 members up towards that A site. 1 arch side, 2 at truck side, and that will be 3 soon as Shake's moving up. Spongy joining the charge here. They're going to have 3 Blitz Reborn members to deal with, but all these rifles firing away could be the end of Blitz Reborn unless they can get those early frags. Here they come. In from our side, see Spongy charging towards Pit. Willmeister gets a double. Now Turismo pitches in for one on Loner, and that's a site completely cleared out here by iNTACT, only losing Shake in the process. Whippy and Retro now going to have to rotate around on one of the hardest sites to retake in all of Counter-Strike, with only an SMG and a Nova, and the Nova's gone now. Whippy is the last one standing in a 4v1, and we can safely say that this one is over. iNTACT's likely going to win 16-5 here unless Whippy comes out with a hero play. He's got 2 down. Is he going to make me eat my words here? No, there we go. Willmeister secures the 3K, and iNTACT winning this one 16-6, but nice little effort there.